Half Centenarians, welcome to the boardroom. We have some powerful women that are going to be joining me here. So we have our first board meeting. About to have dinner too. So what I want you to do is think about this. Go get your journal. I'm going to get my journal. And we're going to start thinking about self-discovery. Deep thoughts, man. I'll tell you what. This has been weird. Like, deep thoughts. I need some leave. Welcome, Half Centenarians, to the boardroom. We are here to talk about wonderful women doing wonderful things. And guess what? We knew this already, but we are powerful. Yes, we are doing it, right? And who's doing it? I'm going to let them tell you themselves. So I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Debra Bell, because I don't even worry about it. You missed it. Debra Bell and Ms. Leisa Wilkins. They're going to introduce themselves to you, and then we'll dive into the powerful movement with an H. Can't wait for you to hear all about it. Welcome, Ms. Debra. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you so much, Marla. So, I'm Debra F. Bell, and as Marla has mentioned, I am the CEO for the Powerful movement. Is actually a membership organization, and it's comprised of women who are 50 and older who believe that there's still more that they can do. Amen. There's so many times when women in particular get to that age, that big 50, and feel like it's over, that they can't accomplish the things that they thought they would in their lives.
I love it.
So Powerful is a mentoring, coaching, membership organization where we come together and I encourage, I push.
She pushes.
I try to help women get out of their comfort zone and get out of their own way to know that they are more powerful than measure.
I love that. Amen.
That's good.
And I'm telling y'all came in to the right time. We are now in the minutes of the meeting, and we're talking about what we've been doing over the past few months, years with the program, with Powerful. And I just want to say powerful, but it's pronounced powerful, but the spelling is what, the spelling makes all the difference. So I'm going to bring in Leisa right now so she could talk about Powerful, how it's impacted her life and what she's doing within that whole realm of moving her life in places that she may have otherwise not done. So welcome, Leisa. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
And thank you, Marla, for having me. I am Leisa Wilkins, and I am in ministry, and the gist of my ministry is encouragement. My mission is to encourage and empower you to become who God created you to be, His masterpiece, a divine original based on Ephesians 2:10, the New Living Translation, because we are His masterpiece. I am connected to Debra from ministry, actually, at Kainos Church, and whether she knew it or not, more than 15 years ago, she pulled out of me something that I did not know was in me when she called me to ask me to write a devotional for the church. And I'll tell you, I looked at the phone crazy, like, she done lost her mind.
She did.
But I did. But because she asked me, and I have great respect for her, I made a stab at it. And I wrote a 40-day devotional for our Lenten season at the church. And it became an annual thing. So for probably 9 years, I was writing it. And if she had never challenged me to write that, I don't think that I would have written and published 3 devotionals since then. So you were very inspirational in giving me that assignment. And then now she's doing her Powerful. I just love the her. So I do that. Powerful over 50, and she told me about it, and I was like, I'm in. I'm in. And I happen to be Powerful over 60.
Oh, loving that. We are half centenarians coming in all flavors right now, and ages and stages of development.
Yes.
So we talk about purpose, and it kind of can sound cliche, but for us and for me in general, and probably everyone, there has to be a focus. There has to be a reason. Like, why are you here? Because now you got to be more intentional. I'm spending my time. Time is important.
Yes.
Intentionality is important. So tell me, what is your purpose? Why are you doing what you're doing?
That's an amazing question for me, because everything that I talk about as I guide other people is about purpose. It took me forever to find mine. And what I realized when I did was that I was doing it all along. I've always encouraged people. I've always seen things in people and pulled it forward. Right. And that's the thing that God has given to me. I'm an introvert. And when I say that, when I say that, people have that kind of response like, oh, really? No, you're not. But the work that I do, the way that I impact people, that's all God. Yeah. And what I want others to know is that God is a creator. And if he created, then that means he also determined the design. That's right. And the purpose of the design. Yes. So in order for us really to connect with purpose, you got to connect with God. And so our first 4 weeks of Powerful was all about that connection and that recognizing the identity that we have in Christ. But also, what has he given us for now? For where we are. We have so many experiences, and God doesn't waste any of it. Nothing, no experience does he waste. Right. And so now it's about figuring out what is it that he can use to move us into this next phase of our lives. For me, it's helping others connect with that purpose and moving forward.
Let me just tell you all this. So it's so funny because y'all need to get in touch with Miss Bell, because let me tell you something. All of us are on a journey, and all of us are on different kinds of journeys. But what it says right here is prompts that lead to self-discovery. So that journey has to be towards self-discovery. And so you end up with a journal piece. You have the opportunity to kind of talk through who you are. Question now is, who are you now? Like, do you know that if I would have written this when I was 25 and then write a response to it now at 53, you'd be like, who is this person?
But Marla, think about it. Over the last 2 years, 2021, it's a relevant question.
Yes, it's absolutely.
Because so much has happened.
Exactly.
I mean, when you think about the political unrest, the racial unrest, when you think about all of that happening in the backdrop of a pandemic that's worldwide, we all have been impacted. And I think that even as we go through changes in life, as you mentioned, moving from one decade to another, if we've had loss in our lives, those things impact us. And the problem is we don't stop to reflect, to think,
we don't unpack it down. We don't unpack it. Yeah, and most people don't unpack it. They do, but it's another way. They put it in another bag and pick that bag up. Yes. And then they empty that bag into another bag and pick that, so we keep like the bag lady. Yeah. We become bag people, and we just kind of put them vagabonds, we are...
But we need this
discovery. So that's why when we look at the evolution of what you're doing, like Powerful, it's so needed because we're still here. There's a reason why we're still here. That's right. We're over 50, and I'm starting on this new journey over 50. So part of our goal in the Half Centenarian conversation is you have to be living your best life morally, ethically, and loyally to whatever it is you feel like you're doing. So how are you living your best life?
That's a great question too. Living my best life. In the middle of a pandemic, God gave me more. If you can imagine that. When people are suffering from less, he gave me more. I wrote a journal. I started a membership organization where now I'm ministering, coaching, mentoring 10 to 12 women right now. I have the idea for 2 more books.
There you go.
That will be coming. One, I want to talk about it. Can I? Okay. Yes. So, there's a common experience that most of us share. And that experience happened when we were in grade school. The teacher would say, class, get in line. Right? And we knew we were going somewhere. It didn't matter if we were at the front of the line, the middle of the line, the end of the line. We were all going to get to that predetermined destination. That is so much how God does us in purpose. He says, just follow after me. Nice. And so the book is all about that process of following after God to find our purpose.
Nice.
And it's titled Get in Line with Purpose. So in the middle of all of this is the thing that God has given me. And you can tell I'm excited about it.
Yes.
I'm just like, whoop, woke up.
Can I talk about it?
Please.
And so that is me living my best life.
Great things happening.
Yes.
Great things happening. Miss Leisa,
Yes.
well, how were you living your best? We just talked a little bit about your transitioning into your best figure. So how are you living your best life?
I think I know that I'm living my best life because the things that tried to define me or that I allowed to define me through earlier decades no longer define me. I turned 65 on Sunday, and I love it. And there was a time I would never tell anybody how old I was. But this was significant to me because I feel good. I'm doing things.
You look great.
Thank you very much. I work hard at that too. But what I've learned through my journey is that no is a complete sentence. When you try to explain your no, you give the other person an opportunity to tell you why and how your no can become a yes. Right. So I've learned to say no, and I've learned that self-care is not selfish.
Right.
And women, we are nurturers by birth. I mean, we always are thinking about other people, but somewhere along the line, we have to learn how to think about ourselves, because I can't pour from an empty cup. And even on an airplane, they tell you put your oxygen mask on first.
And we had to learn that in the air, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So in real life, if I'm not feeling me, I cannot be encouraging to other people.
Absolutely.
If I'm sick, then I'm going to be sick on other people. And if you don't heal, you bleed on other people.
That's
so
right.
I'm living my best life by embracing this encouragement ministry. I've just written and published my 3rd devotional, and I am in the process of going through a Bible study that I've written and taught many times about listening to the voice of God. I'm actually going to put that in book form so that people can have it for themselves and maybe use it as a teaching tool in their churches or their groups, however they want to do it.
Doing great things and really following the unctions of the Lord, which is can't go wrong. You cannot, if you follow yourself in your road to self-discovery, you never know where you're going to end up. I do want to end by saying, I've really enjoyed this time just to think through Power Hurtful, what it means, the movement, and having you explain that. But is there any final thought, anything that you rest your hat on or start anything on, your foundational principles or anything like that you'd like to share?
So if there's anything, it's important that as you walk into purpose, as you're on that journey, that you make sure that the things that you include in your life are things that are a part of that purpose and draws you to it and not away from it. It is so easy to get sidetracked from the thing that God has purposed for us to do.
The distraction.
There are so many, and they come in all forms.
Yeah.
And so that would be my thing. Pay attention to the things that you engage in, things that you put your hands to do, the people that you engage in your life, because you want to make sure that it's all purposeful.
Oh, come on.
Yes.
And on that note, Centenarians, let me just tell you, we have some powerful women in here, and they have powerful movements. And just know that the road to self-discovery is paved with rocks. It's also paved with sand, but it's also a little bit of cement in there too. So don't ever give up the challenge. The actual purpose for this is that we end up somewhere. Listen to God, like Miss Leisa said. Stay focused on your mission. All of that is important because a lot of us can write this story about where are we now. Would have looked totally different 2 years ago.
Absolutely.
So always stay on that road of self-discovery and follow these ladies on their journey. Centenarians, thank you for following me on this journey. Who knows where I'll be next. These ladies are putting me on my road to self-discovery. Who knows? This right here, Plain work right there. Stay with us. Thank you. Be safe and be careful. Hi guys, I hope you loved and enjoyed and liked and shared that video. So many great people that we've had the opportunity to meet. Houston, Texas, man, y'all know it's hot here. It's hot, but so are the people that we're showing you. So please like us and subscribe on YouTube. And don't forget, three names of people, it could be you, that have inspired you and motivated you, doing their best thing, living their best lives as a half centenarian. Thank you so much for following us on this journey. I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care, be careful, and I will see you guys soon.